Hey guys, welcome to Limerick, Maine. In this video, we're going to talk about what this town has to offer, how far it is to shopping, the school systems, the restaurants. We're going to talk about Sokokis Lake here behind me and Pickerel Pond, give you a drive through the downtown area and see what's going on down there. And we need to talk about why on earth anyone would ever want to move here. We're going to get after it right now. Okay guys, I found a place to park. Now what we're gonna do is go for a walk. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that that's one of my primary ways to get to know a community, especially if you're not too familiar with the area and you wanna find out what it's like because you're looking for a piece of property in that particular town. It's always a good idea to go for a walk in the town or the neighborhood that you're looking at buying in, talk to the neighbors, find out what it's like in the area, whether or not they like the town. And pretty much if you just ask for the positive stuff, they're gonna tell you all the negative stuff too, you know? Plus, you know, if there's barking dogs, you're gonna wanna know that. If some of the neighbors have chickens for the rooster, that's something you're probably gonna wanna know about. So I just think you get generally a better idea of what a town is like if you go for a walk. And downtown Limerick is really, really small. We have the post office. It looks like we have a chocolate house over here on the left. I'm not really sure what that is, but we can find out. And up ahead here, we have a cannabis shop and a couple of service stations, which is really handy. You have to have that in town. And I see a convenience store up here on the left. Now this road that's cutting through here is definitely a main artery for cruising through town to get to Cornish and maybe Leamington, because there's some more lakes up there, absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to talk about the lakes here as well. But I definitely recommend that if you're going to come to Limerick, you want to go for a walk, or at least check out the downtown area, because, you know, if you need something at the house, you're cooking or something, and you need to look at the convenience store, find out what they have, or you don't want to cook and you want to know if there's any local restaurants, I'll make sure I list those in this video as well. So it's really important that you do, well, actually in this video, I'm going to do the research for you. I see a dog grooming place over here. You know, these are things that you probably, there's a barbershop across the street, and then there's the Town Hill Grill right here. And I'll go in there and check these places out. But you know, if you're just cruising through in your car at 30, 35 miles an hour, you're just not gonna pick up on all of those things. So, and pretty much right about now, I'm getting to the edge of town. So you can see it didn't really take me too long to get through it. Okay, let's do some more investigating. Margaret and I love putting these videos together for you. Our job, first and foremost, is working as real estate agents here in York County. So if you're looking to buy or sell real estate, please consider giving us a call. We'd love to work with you. I just want to take a moment and let you know that if you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Southern Maine, click subscribe, tap the bell so that you'll be the first to know when we post another video. All right, let's make sure everybody's on the same page. We're talking about Limerick, Maine here. That's in the northern part of York County. So you're up near Leamington, Parsonsfield, Cornish, great area, remote. You still get that northern feeling of Maine, even though you're in the southern portion of Maine, because you're not along the seacoast, which is really where Maine's population is condensed to, right? The seacoast towns. So let's talk about how far Limerick is from things that you may want to get to, like the airports. So to get to Portland Jetport, you're talking about 45 minutes. To get to Boston Airport, you're going to be looking at 2 hours at least. 2 hours and 15 minutes, maybe 2.5, depending on the time of the day, right? Because traffic gets really busy down there. If you want to get to the beach, you're looking at almost an hour, and that'll bring you to Scarborough Beach, really nice beach, or you can go to Biddeford Pool, and they have nice beaches down there. Kennebunk's gonna definitely take you a little over an hour, but awesome beaches and well worth it. If you want to get to the Sanford Regional Airport, if you have your own plane, then it's gonna take you about 35 minutes. That's also where your biggest box stores are, your biggest grocery stores like Walmart, Lowe's, things like that. That's the closest one. You can go to Biddeford, which is just a little bit further, 36 minutes. And that you'll find Home Depot instead of Lowe's, but they've also got a Market Basket and a Walmart, great place to shop. A few more restaurants because remember, Biddeford's a coastal town. So it's a little bit different than Sanford, which is awesome. It's got some big car dealerships. If you want car dealerships, then you're gonna head over a little bit further and you're gonna need to go to like Saco, and that's gonna be a little bit further drive. So Sanford's just a little bit closer and a lot less traffic. Let's drill in more on the town of Limerick and take a look at the downtown area, which is what I drove through. And what I did is I came down this hill, you saw me in my Wolf with my windshield down, and then I just drove through town here, right through here, and there was the chocolate house right there, the town grill. I showed you some footage of that, and I parked right here. But before I get to that, I actually went up to the Sokokis lookout, which is way up here. I'll drill in on that. There's the Sokokis lookout. That's where I did the intro for the video right there. It's beautiful. Definitely worth, if you're gonna check out Limerick, go up to the Sokokis lookout and check out the lake. Now I'm gonna show you footage of the lake from a drone first. But what I wanna do is I backed up and I went down here to Limerick. I parked through there and I just walked this little strip. That's the entire old downtown area. So it's a very short walk. It's not going to take you very much at all. So then I got in my vehicle and I came down Washington Street. Now this was kind of fun. And you've got another downtown area. So as you come through down here, there's the public library. You've got a dollar store, Dollar General. And then what I did is I stopped at these restaurants. Now there's a bigger, even bigger, newer downtown area down here. You see the Limerick, Dunkin' Donuts. I'll get to that in just a second. But what I want to do is I want to park here because I went into this cute little restaurant called Doughboy Donuts for ice cream, and I took the drone up. Let's check that out. Here's a few details on Sokokis Lake. It's 172 acres, maybe a little bit more depending on what you're reading online. 7.2 perimeter miles around it. The mean depth is 9 feet. Max depth is 32 feet. Now what I read online said there was no invasive species, but I kind of find that hard to believe. I'll probably just ask the locals, knock on some doors. That's a great way to find out what's going on in the pond. And there is public access. Now this lake is 2 parts, and you can see it's got that little channel over there at the middle of the screen to get over to the even bigger part of the lake. And what could be better than having an actual place where you can stop and get ice cream or something to eat? So I thought that was really special that, you know, small community like this, 2 lakes, almost 3 sort of, if you consider this one that's kind of connected. So definitely a community that if you want to live in this area of Maine, you need to check out Limerick for sure. All right, let's get back into the Wolf and head on over to Pickerel Pond. So how are we going to do that? Let's bring up Google Maps, make sure we know where we are. We're right there at Doughboy Donuts. I parked right there. And right across the street is another restaurant, the Peppermill. So that I've never been there, but you know, I want to make you aware of that. I don't like to leave anybody out when I create these videos on towns. So what we're going to do is we're just going to head around the corner here, head on over to Pickerel Pond. Look how close it is, really, really close by. And I'm going to take a left on Park Street and head down here and park, take the drone up. Before I do that, this is another downtown area. I want to show you that first. You got Dunkin' Donuts right there. Just beyond Dunkin' Donuts, you've got Partners Bank, a great local bank. And then you've got a large Ace Hardware, large by Maine standards anyway. And then just beyond that, you've got a market, a big one, you know, not, you know, a super Walmart or anything, but you know, that's close by too. Okay, let's take a closer look at Pickerel Pond. This is a 52-acre pond, 2.2 miles around the perimeter. And the average depth is 9 feet, believe it or not. The maximum depth is 16 feet. They have had some invasive aquatic plant infestation in the pond. And to get an update on that, I would just simply ask the neighbors, go door to door, and talk to some people. That's what I usually recommend. A little bit more about the town of Limerick. It's only 3,200 people. It's 28 square miles, so it's not a terribly big town, and it became a great place to move to hundreds of years ago because it was well known for having great soils. Guys, if you're thinking about relocating to Maine, we have a relocation guide, link in the description down below. It's a free download, as well as a buyer's checklist. And this information will help you make sure that you know everything about the different towns in Maine, how far they are to stores, school system, things like that. Again, you'll find a link to them in the description down below. All right, guys, I hope you found this video informative. And if you'd like to learn more about some of the small towns like Limerick and southern Maine, watch this next video.